So this is something that has been rumored for a while, but I can't believe it's actually true. And this is how Kyle Busch must be feeling after being let go by Joe Gibbs and losing sponsor M&M's.
You can't keep getting away with it! He can't keep getting away with it! He won't.
He'll make sure of that. And as a result, Busch's 15-year run with Joe Gibbs Racing is over. Here's Busch's announcement to RCR.
So this process took a lot longer than I expected to. Sure it did, but this is one of the most important decisions of my life, and I definitely couldn't rush through it. I had to find a place where I knew I can go win races immediately. Collecting trophies is still the main reason why I get up every day and go to the racetrack in order to do this every week. I also needed a place where I felt like I could hit reset and I could be welcomed just as I am. This change will allow for a clean slate, and that's big for me and my family. A new team, a new teammate, new teammates, most importantly, a new boss who accepts where I've been and yet can help me get to where I want to be. Every option I considered had a lot of its own advantages, and that's why it made it to be such a challenge. That's why it took a while, but at the end of the day, one team and one owner emerged as the clear choice. The second I sat down with him, I knew his company and his people and the culture around there had the ability to compete for championships from day one. So now for the moment you all couldn't wait for, I'm excited to announce that I'll be taking my talents to Welcome, North Carolina to drive the number 8 car for Richard Childress Racing starting in 2023.
The two-time Cup Series champion is joining Richard Childress Racing in 2023, as he announced. He will drive the number 8 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 for RCR, and Randall Burnett will be his crew chief. It's a multi-year agreement, Busch said, according to Kelly Crandall of Racer Magazine. Here's more from Busch. RCR has an impressive history in NASCAR, and I'm honored that Richard is putting his trust in me to come in and continue to build on that legacy, said Busch in a statement. Growing up in a family of passionate racers myself, I feel like the culture that the Childress family has built within their organization will be an ideal fit for me. As I begin the next chapter of my career, I'm looking forward to driving for RCR and working with everyone there to add more wins and championships to both of our resumes. Busch is in the final year of his contract with Joe Gibbs Racing, which ends a successful run with the race team that won 56 races together. The two sides have been trying to get a contract extension for a while, but not having any sponsorship didn't help Rowdy's chances to stay. With Busch coming to RCR, that means that Tyler Reddick won't be in the 8 car, but owner Richard Childress confirmed that Reddick will still be with the team, but will drive a different car number, according to Bob Pockrass of Fox Sports. Joe Gibbs Racing is expected to name Ty Gibbs, who is Joe's grandson, as Busch's replacement in the 18 car. Shocking there. The thing is, though, I couldn't believe that what happened with Busch actually leaving to do this. And he said at his press conference as well that he figured he wanted to go for a chance to win races and stuff like that. And this is how he must be feeling, despite the fact that he's going to Richard Childress Racing. No disrespect there. The fact is, that team hasn't been known for winning a lot recently. And this is how he must be thinking going to Richard Childress Racing.
I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last.
And the thing is, nothing against Richard Childress Racing. It's just that I talked about this in my 2011 video when Tyler Reddick, he announced that he was going to go to 2011 Racing there as well in 2024. Check out that video. I talked about it, that move and more. And I mentioned Richard Childress Racing there as well. Leave that in the description as well. And the fact is, what I basically said in that video was they hadn't had a star driver since Kevin Harvick. And the fact is, Reddick went to a place that he thought would have given a better chance to win. Well, I didn't know that Kyle Busch was going to end up being that star driver now. And the thing is, though, the fact is, I never would have thought he would actually leave Joe Gibbs Racing. I thought this driver of the 18 would be a different situation than when Bobby Labonte was there, also known for the 18. And the thing is, he didn't end up retiring there either. And I still can't believe that Busch couldn't stay at Joe Gibbs Racing at all. And it's hard to believe. I mean, the guy won 2 championships in 60 races. And the fact is, a sponsor couldn't get there. It just tells you how NASCAR is right now. It don't matter who you are. Kyle Busch. The fact is, he's had his problems with his personalities before. Obviously, like, he's had an attitude problem, obviously, and the way his behavior and everything like that. That definitely probably scares spots away. But his reputation on the track says for itself as far as his, like, success. He's had a lot of success despite that. And the fact is, nobody wanted to sponsor him. And it's unfortunate how NASCAR is like that nowadays, no matter who you are. This happened with Matt Kenseth, too. That he got booted out for a younger driver. At that time was Eric Jones, also at Joe Gibbs Racing. And Joe's not there anymore either. And he was replaced with Christopher Bell. And it just tells you that the fact is, like, if you don't have a sponsor, it don't matter who you are. You're out, most likely, of a ride. And that happened with Busch as well. Like, I just couldn't believe that they couldn't get a single sponsor to, like, come after, like, to get him. And Toyota, they wanted to keep him. I mean, Kyle wanted to stay as well. I mean, Joe Gibbs would have liked to have kept him. But the fact is, no sponsor. And I can't believe that they couldn't get somebody to sponsor. It tells you, like, how the situation is with NASCAR. Like the fact that, like, the next-gen car is allowing more space for sponsors. And the fact is you couldn't get a sponsor for Kyle freaking Busch, KFB, Rowdy. You couldn't get anything for him. I mean, I've never been crazy about, like, Kyle Busch or anything like that. Especially because of all his antics and everything like that. But now, like, that he might be feeling like more an underdog. And he might be able to get more fans as well because of this. He's not the big bad team like Joe Gibbs Racing, you know. The thing is, like, he's always dominating and everything like that with Toyota and everything like that. But I just can't believe that he's not staying there anymore. And no, it's hard to believe. Like, I thought he was going to retire there because it made sense for him to retire there because he had been there so long. And he didn't. I mean, they gave him a chance. I mean, he's no stranger to driving Chevrolets, though. He got his first win driving one with 2005 with Hendrick Motorsports, which was the team that gave him the chance. And he got that first win at California Speedway that year as well. And he also got the first win in the Car Tomorrow era. And this is what he said also in Victory Lane after winning that race at Bristol Motor Speedway, which was that first race with the Car Tomorrow as well.
I'm still not a very big fan of these things. I can't stand to drive them. They suck.
So Kyle Busch, he's not been afraid to say how he feels. I mean, he's gotten into fights. Obviously, now that he's joined Richard Childress Racing, I didn't know about the incident he had with Richard Childress himself. Like, they had a fight and like to hold my watch or anything like that as well. I didn't know about that. Like, he had that incident with Joey Coulter in the truck series there as well. I didn't know about that. I knew about the one he had with Kevin Harvick. And that one I remember, like, from 2011 at Darlington as well. And when Harvick was stopping on pit road and his car rolled down. He and Harvick had a lot of rivalry, like, back then, even though they're okay now. So definitely, like, something like that there as well. So that's cool, like, that he's able to at least make peace with the Richard Childress now. And the fact is he's doing this as well. But the thing is, though, like I said, he should have never have, like, been in this position in the first place. Obviously, he said in his interview how he, like, his press conference, how he wanted a chance to win, everything like that. But I didn't think Richard Childress was that kind of team because they hadn't won so long, especially not having a star driver since Kevin Harvick, like I said. But now Busch is that guy. So like, he usually gets the most out of his equipment. Obviously, he's also been complaining a lot on the radio, saying, "Oh, his car is junk and terrible," and everything like that. And what he does, he ends up putting it in the top 5. So that's the thing right there. Like, he takes a junk car and does that. So I mean, Richard Childress Racing, I mean, if he can do it, I mean, he could do it. He could get the most out of the car. And, I mean, if he could, like, be like that, and who knows what he could do. Obviously, he feels like he could still win races. But I don't know. Richard Childress Racing is not Joe Gibbs Racing. And they haven't been in years. And it's definitely a downgrade for him. I don't know if it could be like a Brad Keselowski situation where, well, he's committed for the long term and may not have success right away. But Busch thinks he will. We'll have to wait and see on that because Richard Childress Racing, like I said, I hadn't been that team in years. And he also said that Kyle Busch Motorsports will be a Chevy team. That's not surprising. And there as well. He's going to do that in the Craftsman Truck Series. He's going to switch to Chevy, which makes sense because he drives that he's going to be driving that in the Cup Series. So that makes sense there as well. So, and I mean, he had a great run with Toyota, obviously winning all those championships and races. He got that first Toyota win in 2008 at Atlanta Motor Speedway which was his first win with the Joe Gibbs Racing and for Toyota and everything like that as well. And he had so much success there, especially. And he was there so long, like I said, I didn't think he would ever, like, leave. And obviously with his Kyle Busch Motorsports team, he had a lot, like, he had Toyota the entire time since he was with Joe Gibbs Racing. And the fact is also that his team developed a lot of great drivers as well, like Christopher Bell and Eric Jones and William Byron and Bubba Wallace, some like notable ones that have driven and have had success in the Cup Series as well. as a result, like coming up through the Kyle Busch Motorsport system in the Truck Series. So he's definitely like been a great developer. I don't know what's going to happen with his roster now. Obviously, John Hunter Nemechek, he drives it for them as well, and there as well. Chandler Smith, like among some of them. So I don't know what's going to happen with his lineup. Are they going to stay with that? And that's definitely a big loss for Toyota as well, like that team as well, because of how much success they've had with TRD and everything like that. So that's going to hurt there as well. But, you know, good for Kyle Busch to like, at least find something that, you know, that makes it like better situation for him. And when he first joined Joe Gibbs Racing, they were originally it was still a Chevy team when he joined them. They didn't become Toyota till later. So even then he was still driving a Chevy as well. So it definitely feels like a homecoming for him. Obviously, Richard Childress, like he said a bold statement comparing him to Dale Earnhardt, which I could see. I mean, they're both very polarizing, not very well liked by the fan base as well as Earnhardt was in his day. Very aggressive drivers as well. So I could see that. And that might have been a reason why Richard Childress wanted to bring him in as well because of that. So definitely, I think, you know, I mean, that would help as well in that case as well to be able to have him. And he grew up a fan of Earnhardt too, I believe. Like he went to races as well. So definitely it was probably like meant to be if he wasn't going to stay at Joe Gibbs to go to Richard Childress. But the thing is, though, also, like, he's going to be in that 8 car. So that means Tyler Reddick, what number is he going to drive? Is he going to be in the 33? Is he going to be the 29? Who knows? Most likely probably the 33, but who knows there. But, yeah, the fact is they're already putting him in 8. And when they revealed that car, too, it was in black. Making it seem like, oh, he might have a black car just like how Earnhardt did as well. And that's going to help Austin Dillon as well because he's going to be able to push Dillon because Dillon hasn't had a lot of success so far in the Cup Series either. So that could help Dillon out, especially having like a champion and a veteran like Kyle Busch on his side as well. Could probably push Dillon to be able to like drive better as well. Be able to get feedback as well, be able to share up setups and everything like that from practice, everything like that. So that's definitely going to be something as well. So they should definitely improve, but how much, I don't know. And is Busch willing to be patient? Obviously, he has his temperament, everything like that, but we'll see how he does there. And I mean, he's been getting a little better with personality as well. Who knows if he'll get more fans, like I said, but we'll find out and see. So definitely congratulations to him on, you know, still having a ride and everything like that. Like, at least finding a ride that suits him best and everything like that. Obviously with Joe Gibbs, he hadn't been winning as much the last couple of years anyway, winning 1 or 2 races a year. So I guess maybe he thought maybe a change was necessary on that end. But I'm not surprised that Ty Gibbs is going to be in that car. That's probably like the biggest no surprise in the world. So definitely we'll see what happens with Busch there. Good luck to him and see like how many wins he could get, and let's see how that all plays out as well. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, and if you are brand new, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.